Hey Empoweristas, it's Alex Wehrley. I am joined by Rachael McCrary. She is the founder of the body positive lingerie line Jewel Toned, and I'm so happy you're here. I love talking lingerie. We get to talk about it for a whole bunch. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, I'm so excited to be here, Alex.
Yeah, you know, there's definitely a common message that mainstream lingerie companies send. I'll let you tell us what that is.
Yeah, sure. So I spent about 15 years designing lingerie and talking to women, you know, everything from buyers to consumers to models, focus groups. Of course, all of my friends give me their sentiments. And it seems like most of the time lingerie is sort of like designed and marketed for men, right? And when you say the word lingerie, a lot of times what pops into your head is sort of this like sexy, you know,
Giselle or
right,
one of the supermodels.
wings, yeah. But really, you know, we wear lingerie every day. So I wanted to design lingerie that was for women and it was comfortable for them to wear, but also sexy and appealing. And make sure that all of our marketing and branding always appealed to a woman and made her feel comfortable. You know, it wasn't something that I didn't want her to look at our products and feel intimidated or like something was wrong with her. I wanted her to feel like, hey, I look like that too, and you know, I have the same types of outfits, and I go from work to a networking thing to dinner to a date or with my husband as well, and why shouldn't I feel and look my best all the time?
Yeah, I can't tell you how many friends I've had that have watched the Victoria's Secret fashion show and then posted on Facebook or whatever social media, oh my gosh, I feel terrible about myself not eating for 2 days. Or, you know, of course they're joking to that extreme, but basically saying in one way or the other that this doesn't make me feel good. Like there's something that makes me want to watch it, but at the same time it doesn't make me feel good.
It doesn't. You know, it makes us feel like I can't look like that. Even if I quit my job and went to the gym for a few hours a day, I'm never going to look like that. So while men find it really appealing and it's kind of, you know, visually interesting for a woman, it's not necessarily relatable, right? A lot of times, particularly with shapewear, women tend to feel like, oh, there must be something wrong with me, or sometimes I have people get defensive about it, or if I'm styling something and the model will say, well, I don't need shapewear, and I'm like, oh, no. That doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. Long ago, we used to view corsets as a positive purchase, as a great foundation for our outerwear garments. Today, that's also true, you know, but we've just sort of contemporaryized the corset, right? So somewhere along the lines, we started feeling like if I need shapewear, something's wrong with me, when that's not necessarily true. Today, with like the sheer drapey t-shirt fabrics and distressed vintage styles, and then also bodycon dresses, you know, even a size 0 girl, you can see the indentation from her bra and panty underneath her dress. So it's possibly just that a slip might be useful, you know, just to kind of smooth out the lines and then also help her feel more confident.
So if these lingerie brands are selling to women and it's clearly working, why are they marketing towards men?
That's a good question. You know, we're not quite sure. I think many of us feel like maybe men purchase lingerie, where a lot of times men purchase boudoir lingerie, but they don't necessarily purchase the everyday purchase that's bought by us.
And I think a lot of times lingerie brands are selling the ideal and almost kind of making women feel like, oh, men will like this, so you should want to be like this. But to me, that's a disempowering message, whereas yours is more body positive. So tell me what body positivity means to you.
Well, sure, and going back to the other point, what men like is whatever she feels most comfortable in. So if she feels sexy, then everybody's happy, right? And that comes from within herself. And then body positive, it means to continue and at least continually to try to maintain a sort of positive inner dialogue, right, with ourselves. So it's not when we get dressed up for a big event here and there. It's when we get up every day, we're looking in the mirror and throwing on our clothes, and we take a glance really quick. What am I saying to myself in that moment? Am I saying, oh, I should have gone to the gym more, or I shouldn't have eaten that the other day, or how come I don't look the same as I did at X point? You know, are we saying like, you know, damn girl, you look amazing? Because not that we should.
If you're not yet, that's what you should say now. Damn girl, I look amazing.
Right. I think we should all just stop and repeat, I am gorgeous today, just the way I am. Okay, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't strive to be healthier or you know, whatever it is your goals are. But we always should remind ourselves, you know, to go easy on us, because the world might be hard on us, and sometimes we are, and sometimes our friends are. You know, so the more that we're kind to ourselves, the happier we'll be. I don't think that the negative motivation is helpful. So we designed our products, you know, so that when she looked in the mirror, it immediately gave her a bombshell factor of, oh wow, I do look good. I thought that was going to be tight, but it's not, and I look amazing.
Because it's made for a variety of body types. It's not just made for the Victoria's Secret model, right?
Right. We come in size 2 to 18. Everything has a built-in bra. We don't come in nude because we feel like nude doesn't really match everyone, and it looks like a band-aid. And if it comes in black or a fashion color, it looks more like a slip and part of your outfit, which it is. It might be doing something else, like some lifting or having some shaping technology, but it's a lot cuter and more fashion forward.
I feel like sometimes women have a hard time believing what they can't see, and so when you see this dominant image of what beautiful looks like, what society is telling you beautiful looks like, it can sometimes feel like, oh, well, I don't look like that, so I must not be beautiful. So what I love about what you're doing is you're changing what looks beautiful, because you're showing a variety of beautiful models that come from different backgrounds with different shapes and sizes, right?
Yeah, we do. The jewel tone logo, underneath it says, I'm not beautiful like you, I'm beautiful like me.
I love it!
So yeah, we have a variety of shapes, sizes, ages, and ethnicities. We also have some tattooed women, some alternative models, because there are women that look like that. There are women that look, you know, different ways, and we're here to celebrate beauty and self-expression, and you feeling more beautiful every day when you get up and get ready.
Yeah, so you used to work in lingerie for other companies in different areas, and then at some point you said, I want to start my own company. Tell me about that transition.
Yeah, so I worked in the corporate world in New York. I was a lingerie designer for about 15, 16 years. I was the vice president of about $600 million of undies. Loved every minute of it. A former boss of mine suggested that we start a company together. So we started it together, and then unfortunately she was diagnosed with breast cancer and passed away pretty quickly. So, you know, I just was completely and am completely determined to forge ahead no matter what, and make sure that I bring something to women that, you know, warms their hearts and makes them feel better about themselves. I'm just really committed. I've seen so many women apologize for their bodies so many times over the past couple of decades, you know, that she and I both, and now on my own with my new team of beautiful women, you know, want to continue building a brand based on, you know, female empowerment.
So part of what you do alongside your business is you mentor other women. Tell me why this is so important to you.
Yeah. So I personally believe that, you know, we should all be doing whatever it is that we were destined or born to do, and that could look in a variety of different ways. Sometimes it's aligned with our career, and sometimes it isn't. Yeah, whenever I first started Jewel Toned, and we decided to raise venture capital, you know, forging my way through Silicon Valley and all of that, as a woman with an undies company, as you can imagine, you know, was challenging and interesting. However, you know, we did find multiple, you know, amazing feminist investors, male and female, that support Jewel Toned, you know, and I just learned that the more women that become investors and are interested in the consumer product space, the more females will become invested in, so that we'll have more funded female founders.
That's a really good point.
Yeah, and then I mentor, you know, some female founders that are a little further, behind. Yeah. So
now you're paying it forward, because you've had a lot of people who have believed in you.
Yes.
And now you're just doing the same.
Yeah.
I love that. So tell me about that time where you were starting the business, and what's the biggest lesson you learned?
To believe in yourself. You're going to get all kinds of feedback. If you ask anyone their opinion, they'll give it to you. Even if it's something they wouldn't have thought of before. It's just human nature, and to really listen, because it's good to accept feedback and be open to where you can grow. But at the same time, you have to always believe in yourself and know that no one else is going to define your path for you, and that you have to, you know, find your own way and do it on your own terms in a way that you're comfortable. Yeah, so just no matter what, believing in yourself.
How do you find that balance between taking constructive criticism in mind, because there are many wise people to learn from, but then also kind of listening to that inner voice of the way you want it to be, which is most important, is that you are in your business.
I look at where the feedback is coming from. Is it someone that you respect? Is it someone with experience in this background? Is it someone that's invested in your company some way? Is it someone that really, really cares about you? You know, from what perspective is the advice coming? If it's one of those things, then it's probably something valid that you should explore. If it's just a remark, or if it's from the internet or something like that, then maybe not so much. You know, so I would say maybe if it's something that sort of like sparks something in you and makes you a little defensive, breathe for a second and check in and say, might this be something that I should explore further, or is it just maybe not valid?
And lastly, what is your definition of empowerment?
Yeah, so you know, don't play by the rules and live your life on your own terms.
I love that. That's amazing. Thank you so much.
Thanks so
Everything
much,
you're doing
Alex.
is so fascinating and super empowering.
Oh, you too.
Thank you. And let us know what your definition of empowerment is using hashtag Empowerista on social media, and we'll definitely show you some likes and comments.